Succeeding in New York City's luxury real estate market is a brutal endeavor, even under ideal conditions. It is an industry that demands total, absolute energy from its top agents. In recent years, that baseline difficulty has spiked. Agents navigate fluctuating mortgage rates, severe inventory shortages, and a clientele with uncompromising demands. Against that backdrop, Marina Bernshtein, a 40-year-old luxury agent at Brown Harris Stevens, closed nearly $85 million in volume. It was the highest-grossing year of her career. But this peak occurred while her personal life entered a state of maximum biological unpredictability. At age 40, Bernshtein discovered she was pregnant with twins, a situation her doctors immediately classified as high risk. This forced her to scale her business to its absolute height, while simultaneously navigating a pregnancy defined by medical precariousness. Early in the pregnancy, doctors identified a rare and severe complication, twin-to-twin transfusion syndrome, or TTTS. In TTTS, identical twins share a placental network, but blood flow is unequally distributed. One receives too much blood, the other too little, causing an abnormal heartbeat. To manage these life-threatening complications, Bernshtein spent 3 days a week in the hospital for rigorous testing. When she reached 26 weeks, a test result sent her medical team into high gear. Bernshtein was rolled into a delivery room for an immediate emergency birth, only for the babies to miraculously stabilize at the last possible moment. The daily existential dread of the NICU, the neonatal intensive care unit, is the kind of crisis that usually necessitates a complete withdrawal from professional life. Bernstein's ability to remain productive during this crisis was rooted in a specific brand of historical discipline. Long before entering real estate, Bernshtein was a professional tennis player. Her daily routine involved training for 12 hours a day. That level of athletic conditioning builds a permanent tolerance for high-pressure environments. She learned to function at a high level regardless of physical or emotional exhaustion. During her pregnancy, she used her work as a deliberate psychological tool. The intense demands of real estate provided a necessary distraction from her medical anxiety. For elite performers, the structure of a complex deal offers a sense of control when their health and family are in the hands of others. Beyond her individual mindset, the success of her $85 million year relied on market mechanics built on decades of reputation. These mechanics were visible at 80 Clarkson, an ultra-secretive luxury development in Manhattan. The project was so exclusive that most prospective buyers found it difficult to even secure an appointment with the sales office. Bernshtein leveraged her direct connections to the developers. By reaching out to them personally, she moved her client past the typical market friction and straight into the showroom. This access allowed her client to purchase the very first unit in the building while the project was still under wraps. The client committed $33 million to the property, based entirely on a floor plan and an agent they trusted completely. At this tier of the market, a $33 million commitment depends on a level of trust that takes a career to build. This year also demonstrated the structural advantage inherent in the independent contractor model. At 34 weeks, Bernshtein successfully gave birth to her daughters, Valentina and Marco. While she was recovering, she was also the sole intermediary on a complex commercial sale, acting as the primary link between the buyer and the seller. Just 1 day after delivery, while still in physical pain, Bernshtein joined a 45-minute FaceTime negotiation with some of the city's largest developers. As soon as the meeting ended, she returned to the NICU to be with her daughters around the clock. The independent contractor model provides the freedom to execute high-stakes tasks on a timeline that a traditional corporate schedule would find impossible. Today, the crisis has settled. Margot and Valentina are now healthy 6-month-old girls. The commercial and residential deals closed successfully, finalizing Bernstein's record-breaking $85 million year. She continues to utilize her flexible schedule, often taking midnight calls from European clients while her babies sleep. Her story challenges the common, rigid definitions of work-life balance often suggested for high-performing professionals. Succeeding in a high-stress environment depends on building a professional network and a mental framework strong enough to pull a person through a crisis.